Hi, and now we're continuing in step number 5 on the planning phase of the problem solving. In step number 5, we document and analyze the problem. So what we need to do before we go ahead and start any problem, we need to understand the problem, understand the details. As much understanding you have for the situation, the better you will be able to find a solution. Process must be documented and analyzed to establish the baseline. We need to exactly know where we are right now. In many organizations, very few people truly understand activities in a process that it takes to create a product or service. So some people, even they work in an organization, but they're not exactly sure what is the process, what is the flow of the process. Therefore, process map are powerful communication tool that provide a clear understanding of how business is conducted within an organization. Process map is a graphical representation of all the steps involved in the entire process on a particular segment of a process. Diagramming the flow of a process or system aids in understanding it. The charts enable those studying the process to quickly understand what involved in the process from start to finish. Problem or non-value added activity nested within a process are easily identified by using a flowchart. All right, let's take a look into this. What is the flow chart? What is a process map? The process map is a chart that will show you a step-by-step process, step-by-step of a process, of the flow of a process. Step number one, XYZ. Step number two, step number three, step number four. So it is a graphical representation of the process. Instead of speaking or writing the process, it would be representing the process in a graph. And through this graph will help you to understand the whole process. Let's take a look into how we could create the process map, or we call it the flow charts. Number one, define the process boundaries. You need to exactly know where you have to start and where to stop. So you start with a starting point and ending with an ending point. So you need to identify the boundaries of the process. Define the process. Use brainstorming to identify. Sit down and have an idea on what is the process. Sometimes because we're multitasking and we have multiple products, it's sometimes hard to identify what is the process. But brainstorm, focus, write down the boundaries, sort the steps into the order of their occurrences in the process. Think about what are the steps that happens in a process. Place the steps in appropriate flowchart symbols. We're going to talk about these symbols. You have to use exact symbols on the chart to create the chart. Analyze the chart by evaluating the steps for completeness, efficiency, and possible problems such as the non-value activities. Here is an example. An example for this of the flowchart diagram or a process diagram would be this. We have an issue, lamp doesn't work. Now you have to ask yourself, is the lamp is plugged? So as you see, this diamond shape means a decision. If it's yes, is the bulb burned out? Before we go to the yes, let's go to the no. No, it's not plugged. So you have to plug in the lamp. If yes, is the bulb burned out? If no, that's repair the lamp. If yes, replace the bulb. So this is just a simple example that will show you what is a flowchart diagram. However, what I want to do here, I wanted to share with you an example of this exercise using the most common flowchart diagram objects. Draw a flowchart of each for each of the following scenarios. Review charts for two other of your teams with suggestion to improve them. So what we're going to do, I'm going to select one of these here just to help you understand the process, and then you could do the rest of it. So number one, what I want you to do is you need to be familiar with the shapes. So this oval shape means the material information, uh, the process to show the result at the end. So this is represent the material or the information. The rectangle one here shows a task or activity. The diamond shape is yes or no decision. The arrow here would be the just a simple arrow to to show the flow of the material or the information. So what I used here to create my flow diagram, so I uh, picked the first scenario, which is basically self-checkout at the supermarket. So what I used software that is available for Bemidji State University students called Viso. This Viso, it's a unique software that you could create the diagram. So what I did, started the boundaries, established the boundaries, where to start, where to end. So we are at the checkout, the self-checkout for the supermarket. What you need to do is click on the screen to start, then you start scanning the item. If the items need to be, you ask yourself, where is the decision need? This is where I use the diamond. Does the item need a scale? If yes, put it on the scale. If no, just put it in a bag in the bag area. And then ask yourself another question. Did you scan all items? Is it one item or more? If it's no, what you need to do, you have to go back and go ahead and rescan another item. You go back to this step, which is you have to scan items. And again, you ask the same self, you ask the same question. Did it need the scale? If yes, put it on the scale. If no, put it in the bag area. And then you keep asking yourself, did you scan all items? If yes, then click the pay button, and the pay button will ask you, do you have a cash? Do you are going to pay cash? If yes, insert the money into the machine. If no, insert your card. Once you insert your card, you're done. Take the receipt and leave from the store. That's what we call it, the process chart. And this is a very helpful tool that will help you understand the current situation and will help you to establish a baseline for your process. And this will help you to uh, create a more effective solution and more accurate solution. I will see you in another video with another problem solving tool. Thank you.